So what we're doing is there's this news channel on YouTube called Channel 5, and it's run by this guy called Andrew. He's sick. He's great. So he does this thing where he'll go to like crazy shit in America, and he'll do reports on what's happening in America, but he doesn't give you a biased side to take. He'll literally hand the mic over to the person and let them make a fool out of themselves, basically. So this guy is meant to be a professional pickup artist, and he's got books on it. He does seminars and events, all this fucking shit.
There are seminars on how to pick up women.
And it's honestly, the stuff that you see on here is great. That's why I was like, this is the perfect video for us to just rip.
Right, let's do it.
Bring it on. Let's go.
The girl will probably be in front of you at a time when you don't expect it. The cock blocker we gotta watch out for is ourselves. Ultimately, we think it's the girls, we think it's the time, we think it's us, we think it's one thing. It's what we think. Every hot girl that you see at some point was a little baby wearing diapers, and at some point will be an elder woman. Our assignment is to shift our mindset. When? Right here, right now.
You're watching Channel 5.
Channel 5. Channel 5.
After an intense few weeks on the road, covering events like the White Lives Matter rally in Huntington Beach.
Kobe Bryant was assassinated by the Clintons.
Hey, shut the fuck up, bitch!
And a punk rock concert on the main streets of Los Angeles. I needed a pick-me-up, so to speak. That's when I discovered Vince, aka the Cock Kelvin, a pickup artist who holds the Guinness Book record for most makeouts in a human lifetime. Over 5,000 makeouts.
Vince Kelvin, the king of makeouts, hands down, over 240 makeouts last year.
How sad do you
Oh
have
my God.
to actually keep count of how many people you fucking make out with?
Not being funny,
What?
but if it was the last offering on earth, I think I'll pass.
Right,
So
which is
the guy with the Mohican, is this pickup artist.
Yeah.
right,
Oh.
okay.
Disgusting.
Okay. Now, I don't know what to say.
So many questions.
There's just so much to unpack, really.
And we're only 1 minute in.
What's a cock blocker?
Have you never heard of a cock block before?
No, I'm old.
Right, so
Basically,
I specialize in cock blocking.
basically
So-
somebody that stops the bloke from getting his end away because they intervene, like your best mate will go no, and move you along away from
Or
them.
her best mate will go,
Yeah.
no, mate.
Yeah,
Right, okay.
You'll be in a club
Oh.
or a pub, and you'll see a girl.
I'm a cock blocker then.
Yeah.
I'm that girl.
And you see a girl on her own, and you see a guy not fucking leaving her alone, and she's like looking around and she doesn't know what to do and she's awkward. So I'll go up to her and pretend I know her, and I'm like, oh, there you are, come on then, and I'll just grab her arm and pull her.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, are you okay? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, are you sure? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, if you need me to do anything, tell me and I'll fucking do it. I don't give a shit. And the amount of times I've had to do that as well.
I mean, it's disgraceful that women need to have that kind of support for each other. But there's also a thing called call Angie or something like that, where you tell the
Angela.
bar staff. We
Yeah.
shouldn't have to have this kind of in
No,
place.
no, not at all.
Not at this time. People know. These men know.
But
And it's funny because what we do, trying to help our girls in clubs and keep them safe and shit, they've come up with a word, cock blocker, which makes us sound bad when actually we're the ones fucking helping.
We're saving each other from disaster.
No, but that pickup artist, I mean, he's very flamboyant, I'm not going to knock that, okay, but
I am.
well, I quite liked his hair. Do you know what I mean?
Mohicans went out in the 80s,
I quite liked his hair, I'm sorry, but in all honesty, if a woman bragged about how many pickups she's had, she'd just be called a slut.
Absolutely.
But he's making a living out of being a slut.
That's a very good point.
A
A man's
walking VD potential. I wouldn't go near him with a barge pole.
Oh, I don't even want to look in his direction.
No, no. He's
Not
a
enough cock, please.
walking STD. That's the word I was looking for. VD's a
it.
bit old, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I love you. Here's my venereal disease.
Yeah, that's such an old word, isn't it? Yeah. But anyway.
Right.
Right. Okay.
Oh. Ugh.
Bloody hell.
Oh, adverts.
Well, that'll be
I need to
Duracell
wait till I can
Optimum.
skip it.
Hey, I'd rather have the Duracell bunny, to be perfectly honest.
Still have stamina.
Go all
It's so
night.
cute.
There's the screw.
Duracell Optimum, our next generation of power.
Oh, next generation of power. Love it. Look at him.
Vince is also a salesman. He sells DVDs online, such as Pull Like a Pro, Massive Sexual Momentum, Thunder Texting, Make Out Mastery, and his complete collection, which cost $897.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Is he taking the piss?
Absolutely taking the piss.
Wow. Wow.
The first time I watched this video, my blood was boiling. I was like, how fucking dare you?
Wow, $900
Which is about 450 to 500 quid.
for you
Not
may
even worth a fiver, mate.
You just know that those DVDs are stashed in somebody's car boot sale.
Yeah, look at that though. Learn how to attract, seduce, and bed the beautiful girls you have been craving. Like they're fucking like a snack.
He's totally he's targeting insecure people who feel inadequate in life, and he's manipulating them into believing that if they follow his guidelines, they'll be able to bed whoever they like, which is absolutely disgusting, really, because well, you know, he's
It just screams rape culture.
yes,
It's incel culture.
And
Yeah.
Rape culture,
I was just
you know.
I'm just about to say it fuels incel culture. Absolutely.
But look, you know
Women
that,
owe men sex, and this is how you get it.
Yeah.
you know that ring you found last night, Rach?
The punchy ring, yeah.
Yeah, this type of thing, isn't it? You know, let's make a ring where we can stick a roofie in it.
Oh god, yeah, I found a roofie ring
yeah.
on,
Fucking hell.
oh yeah,
and they're less than a fiver.
That's disgusting.
Right, you can't get safety rings in the UK, and you know that nail varnish that would change colour if you've got a drug in you.
Yeah.
You can't get that in the UK either.
But that was made in the UK.
Yeah, and you know, but you can get a roofie ring for a fiver. Are we fucking serious, people?
It's because they don't care about us. They don't give a fuck. They couldn't care less about women.
No, it's all about their penis
Yeah.
and their ego. Sorry, I'm actually waiting for my puppy dog to have a shit.
Which one?
Snowy.
Toby. Yeah. Right, play it.
$129, I could join Vince's Brotherhood. And soon I was invited to a private boot camp at an undisclosed location. I was told nothing else but to meet my contact in the lobby of the Mirage Casino in Las Vegas.
So this right here is where our journey begins. We're in the lobby of the Mirage. What's going on? Hanging out, enjoying paradise.
Where are we?
The lobby of the Mirage.
And what's important about the lobby of the Mirage?
It's very Mirage-like.
But where are we going after this?
I don't really know. That's the whole adventure of this whole thing, right? You've been assigned to take us somewhere from here. Oh, yeah. So we're going to the suite that we have.
And what kind of stuff is going on up in the suite?
Can't really tell you. Yeah, you'll see. I don't know. I don't want to color it for you. I want you to experience it on your own. So.
How you doing? My name's Andrew. Good to meet you. Andrew. This is a basic structure for interaction flow. First, we gotta make comments. We don't do pickup lines. They're retarded. Wow, your hair. Wow.
You could say
your hair. You go, wow, interesting outfit. Ideally, we say cool, interesting. Who knows? Maybe we'll run into each other again. Who knows? Maybe we'll run into each other again.
Look at a woman and go, I wonder what her insecurities are.
Are you fucking serious?
Pickup artists. And
Seriously, they're actually specifically looking for victims.
They are teaching manipulation.
It's his job.
Wow.
Oh man.
I feel ill.
Yeah.
I'm a bit lost for words, if I'm honest.
No, yeah, this whole thing is fucked, like fully fucked. And I'm actually glad that Andrew did a news thing on this, because he's not to getting involved. He's literally just giving them the mic and being like, "What do you do?" and making a
Hang
call.
yourselves, boys. This
Wow.
I am actually shocked.
Yeah, I must admit, I've had I've been in a relationship with somebody who was incredibly manipulative. Do you know what I mean? And no, was he? To think that this guy is actually encouraging men to hook onto women's insecurities so that they can be manipulated, is actually quite disturbing.
Yeah.
It is very disturbing.
I mean, we know they do it, but to actively train people to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Earn money from it.
Well, I'd like to know what his insecurity is. I bet he's got a few. Do you know what I mean?
It should be.
What if he's got a limp dick? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he can picture himself snogging as many women as he likes, but he can't actually do anything.
Yeah.
I do feel ill.
Yeah.
Just even the thought that these men are out there, and this is why men have no idea what boundaries are.
And why are men teaching other men how to pick up women?
What we should do, we should offer men the opportunity to learn how to pick up women by women.
Exactly. Yes,
We
exactly.
should offer a fucking 500 quid pickup artist.
We should offer a fee.
And
Substantial fee. We will teach you how to be nice to women.
And get the woman of your dreams.
First chapter is boundaries. Second chapter is respect. Third chapter is don't fucking go up to them and say nice tits.
Yeah. Bang. Yeah.
You done?
Shin 'em.
I just don't understand who isn't teaching these men you catch more flies with honey than you do with water.
I think it's because this guy obviously has like a following or fans somehow. So he obviously thinks that what he's doing is valid. Like, surely he must.
Well, it's not.
He must believe in what he's doing.
It's
to be able to sell it.
I wonder how many of those seminars he actually has, because there was only like a few people in that room.
These are their stories.
How's it going, guys? My name is Stanley.
Oh, Stanley with an eye. Oh, it's gone. Oh, look at that.
And just looking for that pure self-expression. So
I'm telling you right now, the reason that Stanley doesn't get any dates is Stanley. Because
What was
Stanley
all that
dresses like a
about?
pimp.
What was all that? Was he singing?
Yeah, he was like, I'm Stanley and I'm a singer.
Okay, all right. It's not anything in a tone or in a manner that I've come across before.
Find the note, kid. Find the note.
Okay, right. Okay.
I just look and I'd be like, you okay, hun?
If someone came up to me and started doing that, I'd be mortified. I'd be like, seriously, get me out of here now.
I
You know what I mean?
Like, get out of my face.
Yeah. Okay.
Come on, let's meet Stanley then.
and really acknowledge who I am at the core.
Which is a dickhead.
Name Akash Inti. I also go by Air initials. I am born May 28th, so I'm a Gemini. What was the last one?
Total number of breakdowns.
Like ever or over the past like 24 hours? I mean, I haven't counted them, right? But like I said, like yesterday, like probably in the hundreds for sure.
So what brought you out here?
Vegas. I mean, come on. What else? You
Oh,
know?
wait. These are makeouts.
Number.
These are makeouts. So basically, what are they classing as a makeout? Kiss on the cheek?
No, they class it snogging, don't they? That's their version of snogging.
I mean, how many men have you snogged in a nightclub or something like that and just walked away and gone, what the fuck was that all about?
Yeah, that's happened.
I wouldn't. I don't think.
See, I'm a drinker. I would.
No,
No.
I've done that loads. But the thing is, last time I counted how many times I've made out with someone, I was literally like 14.
Yeah, exactly. I used to put it in my diary. Dear me, this is so sad that they have to tally themselves.
Do they go around just snogging people?
Yeah.
Snogging women and then saying they've made out with them?
Yeah, that's basically what they're saying.
I don't kiss anybody unless I know them, attracted to them, intending to be with them, whether it's a date or I'm in a relationship with them. I think the only time I've ever snogged somebody who I wasn't with whilst I was out was somebody I knew. I just knew them. I just happened to snog them, but I was like, you know.
Oh no!
I know you. Let me stick my tongue down your.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
used
he was
to do it all the time, and like
know what I mean?
when I was
a
younger.
lot younger.
Yeah, like when I was 18, 19, that's what you do, is go around snogging everybody. But
Yeah.
do it now. Oh yeah, not for me.
It's-
Yeah.
I'll carry on.
Counts I've had is
But he's not counting his hands.
a big amount. But I'm not sure if I can count them on my hands. It would be over 30.
Toes out then, kid.
Use the dick.
Not more than 40, I don't think. No. Yeah, Vince is the master.
What can you tell us about Vince?
It's a way to start, right? There's so many things. Everything from the look, the fashion, and everything like that. But also, like, truly a marvelous, like, communicator, not only with women on the streets, overall, right?
Haunting once, and it was like one of the few guys that picked up the phone like at 12 a.m.
Went through what?
Haunting?
What happened?
Ooh, there was like weird spirit that latched onto my little sister, but it got pretty intense, you know, shit moving around. I'm like, who the hell do I call? Each and every one of the students, we're here for like different reasons. Throughout the year, some people say, this guy is crazy. Oh, he's got balls. I have lovely testicles, but, you know, actually, I don't even know if they're that big. I don't think so. I don't think my balls are very big. It's an illusion. So our first mission is to bring more ease, to be open, to be a person that it's easy to be around you.
Advert.
Discover Topshop and ASOS.
What's the other about his testicles for?
Right. I'm a little bit confused. This man is a
Narcissist.
snake oil salesman.
Yeah.
I can't
He's
talk. 'cause I've got a
talking-
false tip.
It's talking shite.
You got to be a person. What the fuck else are you?
Yeah.
You know, an alien.
He's not right.
I think he's right when when he said they call me crazy, because that was like what he said before he started going on about his testicles, you know. So I
Oh God, I'm actually curious now. I am. This is morbid curiosity. I need to know more. For fucking sake, he's got short man syndrome
yeah.
Oh, he's
and his
right.
little pot belly.
Not being funny, he's fussy.
Your shirt and her shirt created hers. That's surreal. Whoa, you couldn't have it better planned, but it takes a special man.
What?
Does he mean that both of those shirts together were the right size for that woman?
Yeah, I think that's what he meant.
What the fuck?
Wow, what a nasty piece of work.
Who
But
is he?
before I start his catcalling,
Is
Thank
is
you.
that what he thinks is a way to approach women?
and you, yeah, now you need a special man, and guess what? It's not you, dude.
That's like that guy that says you need a real man. You know, when
Tony.
February, I can't remember what the guy's
Tony.
name was, but I think he messaged a couple of us, you know,
Yeah.
you need a real man. I don't think so,
And
mate. You know what I mean?
sweetness. Yeah, don't forget the sweetness. Ugh.
Yeah.
Right,
Come on then.
Attention to those kinds of things. I'm a little more decisive than most people. I can have a little more fun than most people, but you don't want to be the nice guy with whom they had a nice conversation.
Absolutely. Who wants to be the nice guy and having a nice conversation with women?
He sounds like Gino D'Acampo.
He
Oh, the
sounds like a
accent.
retard, and that's mean to retards.
All I've ever wanted was a nice conversation.
Yeah.
That's all women want.
Yeah.
What?
I literally want to talk about things that, I don't know, books. What books did you read? What movies?
music,
Yeah, you
TV
know, do you believe in
programs.
God? Do you know what I mean? It's like, do
Yeah.
Okay.
you know what I mean? Tell me about your mother. Do you know what I mean? Find out what kind of relationship.
All
they
right,
have with their
Sigmund.
mother. Sorry? I do. I want to know about the relationships they've had in their lives with their siblings and their parents, because
Yeah,
it's
because how they treat
highly
them.
indicative of what kind of person they're going to be.
Absolutely.
No? And whether they've done any work on it. Have they had therapy? You know?
So if you want their inside leg measurement,
Yeah,
and
well,
their bank account
yeah.
number.
No. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm a little bit
TV.
crazy. I don't know, but I do.
That's what me and Natalie were saying in the last podcast. We were like, guys always drop into your DMs being like, are you shaved, or how big are your tits? And I was like, why don't they ask an important question? Are you okay? Have you had therapy? Have you drunk water today?
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you eaten?
Yeah.
Are you hungry? Can I buy you food?
That's it, guaranteed date every time. Are you hungry? Can I buy you food?
Feed
Sure,
me.
dude.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, what's he doing with these girls?
Come on then.
Secretary out of the three of you. Well, I hope you guys have a very strong marriage, or is it like, well, here I am just exercising my ability to communicate with everyone, right? This is what-
No. Here you are harassing women,
Yes.
catcalling them. That is not a right, sir. No.
No.
Exactly the same as when they say it's freedom of speech. No. You don't want freedom of speech. You want freedom of consequence.
Yes.
I don't want to hear it. It's not.
Yeah,
freedom.
they want to be able to say what they want without anybody holding them to account.
Yeah,
And the
but nobody else can
consequences.
say what they want to
Yeah.
them because it's their freedom of speech, right? If you've got freedom of speech, love, I've got freedom to punch.
Yeah, it's the freedom of they, you know, it's a consequence. If they say something that's really offensive and you like, you know, want
Absolutely.
to chin them or something, you know, that is the consequence of their freedom of speech. Suck it up, motherfucker. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, whose party is it?
What you mean? It's
What you mean? It's your party? Where's the party? Yeah.
Right
Yeah,
there.
let's just go and harass a group of
Much of a
girls.
response.
You
They
know,
look like a hen party.
Fuck off. That's what they
the only thing missing from this still here is some Tupperware. That's what they are. They're a bunch of old clucky hens sitting around, and instead of trading Tupperware, they're trading tips on how to abuse women.
I'm gonna screenshot it and edit some Tupperware into his hands.
Brilliant.
It could be an Ann Summers party. And this is what you put up your arse because you're an incel. Or you could put a fleshlight in his hand. If you can't pick up chicks, this is your next best off.
You need, mate, buddy, you need to pick up your flashlight off your bedside table and crack on. That's the only thing he's picking up.
Oh dear.
Right away, don't go into a question. Make a comment about your take on it.
I like to party. Yeah. Have fun.
And they're ignoring him. He's literally haranguing them.
Addiction and stuff like that, like fear of rejection, stuff like that. Like if I went up to a girl and she said no or like didn't, I took it really hard on myself, and it kind of made me not want.
No means no, dude. No means no. And the amount of men that will come back and go, why?
Yeah.
No is a complete sentence. And I'd like that splashed all over this bit, please, Sophia.
Yeah.
myself out there, so I kind of made myself even more closed off.
Have you ever been in a relationship before?
Yeah, kind of in one right now. Yeah.
With who?
With a human?
It's my neighbor. We're kind of dating.
So it's a
Sure, is it exclusive?
It's pretty exclusive. Yeah, it's going good.
How'd you get
And
involved?
you're at boot camp on how to
I read the game, right? I remember seeing actually the pickup artist on VH1 when I was in like 7th or 8th grade. I just thought like being like a 7th or 8th grade boy, right? Like he was like, oh wow, look at these guys, they're like figuring this out. Being the nerd that I am, right? I'm like just super intellectual and all that stuff too. It's like I wanted to like see like what's this stuff about, you know? So your beingness, you know, that people are able to pick up on that. I mean, that's how we met earlier. She came by. That's how we met. It was just through this whole thing, right? So
She's cringing.
Is that the neighbour?
anything from this whole art in and of itself
Oh
is
no, it's the other woman. Sorry.
It's a different man. And why
Yeah,
would she hide
different man,
behind a
yeah.
curtain?
He literally just picked her up, like on the way to that hotel, I think.
Wait a minute. They started off in the Mirage lobby. This lady is a working girl.
Do you think?
Or he said you're going to be on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want to be on TV?
Yeah, she obviously seen the cameras, and Andrew's quite famous in America. Quite a few people know him because of his YouTube. So
Okay.
Can
I
I just
highly doubt she's gone there because she wants to sleep with this cowboy-looking motherfucker.
With his high intelligence.
Yeah.
A nerd, you know, so you got to be a nerd if you're intelligent or vice versa.
go on, cowboy?
understanding a person, right? Seeing like there's so much more than meets the eye. Like, yeah, the eye catches things, but how much does it really catch? Just let me read it.
Look at her. In her eyes, she's like, well, fuck.
I was a little kid who would like go out in like the grocery store and I would just say hi to everyone. You know, I was like, oh, hi, my name's Akash. Like something happened in like maybe like early kindergarten where it was just like an event, an incident, like a private family incident happened where it was just like, don't do that anymore, right? So like part of this whole thing has really just been kind of reconnecting with that part of me, right? That because that's who I was as a little kid.
Oh, the impulsive toddler.
That doesn't add up to me. So say,
No.
So say you've got a kid. Say you've got a kid. You've taken your kid to the supermarket. Your kid's saying hi to everyone in the supermarket. Why don't you just sit your kid down and be like, you can't do that anymore? Something.
Well, that's what they did. But then he's gone back to kindergarten. Well, kindergarten is like preschool, yeah?
Yeah.
So this guy's basically saying in preschool he was damaged by women or what? Damaged by girls, damaged by his parents, and that's why he needs to reconnect. Reconnect with what? You know, you're in a toddler. I'm here to tell you, darling, it's there. You're already connected. It's there.
Jesus Christ.
Come
I'm
on,
not
boy.
sure.
So
You can see it in her eyes. She's like,
right, she just came across from the East Coast, right? That's what a lot of this is, right? Is exploring the unknown and really seeing what's there, right? And what can you find? I mean, there's some scary moments to it. I mean, I know for myself. I mean, I'm sure for you last night, right? Like the.
I'm going to tell you something now about her body language. She is not attracted to cowboy shit face. She's attracted to the guy making the interview. Flicking her hair. First thing she does is look at him to see if he's noticed. Her legs and her arms are away from the creepy guy and
pointing
towards the guy.
towards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love body language.
Speaks volumes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly. And look at him sat there, you know, fucking alpha male with his legs wide open. Straight
And spreading.
That's it, you know.
With his bare chest.
Oh,
His pigeon chest.
his waxed chest.
Yeah, I've got more hair on my nipples.
I know with some of the guys out there.
Hello, how you doing, huh? Why you standing around with a clown when you supposed to be fucking around with the twin now, huh? Hello. Twin done did it again. 6 black bitches in the Benz. She bunked though. This bitch ugly as fuck. Hey, are you guys single? Hey, don't check me, check your bitch.
Oh my god. See, that isn't even like chatting someone up. That is literally harassing women on the street.
And then when they don't get the response they want, it's you're a bitch.
Yeah.
Bitches be crazy for saying no to me.
And this normalizes it though. They do it everywhere, and it's just
and then and that's what breaks women down, because when that's normal behavior and they're like, okay, this is life, I've got to accept it. Oh yeah,
Well,
you're
you end up not realizing that it's okay to be rude, to get them away from you, you know, because the more when, as you're saying, like, no, leave me alone, and they're like, hey, come on, you know, it's like, don't be like that, and you know, it's manipulation.
It's even worse than that. It's aggressive grooming. You know, they are literally breaking women down by catcalling, and then when rejected, abusing, so that these women will walk away and go, what just happened? Is that what it's about? Oh, okay, I need to bring down my standards a little bit, perhaps. I am stunned.
I could tell you a few stories, you know, of men in my earlier life who didn't take no for an answer. Do you know what I mean?
We've all got a few of them.
Yeah, you know.
And that's sad. Come on.
That's why I think it's a big reality check to a lot of people when they do find women behaving better, and when they do go onto our page, and that's why they get their backs up, because we are essentially normalizing that you fucking have boundaries, say no, and if someone gives you shit, you give them shit back. And they
absolutely.
They don't like that now because they're being called out.
Yeah, because women aren't supposed to fight back. Women aren't supposed to.
We are supposed to be nice about it.
Yeah.
Is to assume that if it's not happening, it's my fault. Those size matter at the level of what? Balls, penis, height, arms, bank account. If you think it matters, it does.
I've been the guy who's like, I'm just going out, no friends, anything like that, no alcohol, no drugs, no nothing, and just making sure that I figure it out. And that's tough. That's raw. That's as raw as it gets. One of the byproducts.
Can you hear this?
Is, I mean, you do.
Smallest violin in the world.
America is back open, baby. It's makeout time.
It's just hideous.
It's pain.
Hey, guys, quick question. Makeouts, too early or are we good? So, you, the shy one, run with me. Here, sir, to be a big
Running away
from him.
He's playing numbers. It does not matter who the girl is. He's literally playing numbers. They walk down the strip and they go, you. Somebody will cave and do it.
Yeah. So I mean, he is a snake oil salesman, isn't he? He's not even. There's no science in it. There's no psychology in it. There's no
morals.
No morals. There's no ethics. There's nothing to this other than a group of guys walking down the street,
harassing women,
twats of themselves.
Yeah, sending out their fishing rod in the vain hope that somebody might bite it.
It's not even a fishing rod, it's a fucking dragnet, Natalie. Do you know what I mean? It's
right. Yeah.
It's like flat out fucking harassment on the
street.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is just, you know, and the men walking past not even in noticing.
No.
Maybe they do notice, and maybe they do what men do and just ignore.
Yeah, he's actually doing in real life what guys are doing in our dating site inboxes, but he's actually taking it one step further and doing it in real life. That is so fucking dangerous. I'm never, ever, ever going to America in my life. Never.
And that's why I got so fucking pissed off a couple
of
weeks
I can see why. It's gross.
And I was outside on the street and I was actually on the phone giving directions to someone. Guy just walks past me trying to pick me up, and I'm like, number one, I'm on the fucking phone, and number two, fuck off.
It's outrageous.
Not having it. And then he got all angry, and I was like, I'm gonna smack you. I was like, just go away.
The self-entitlement and the indignation they get at being told no. Well, why? Because you're a fucking muppet.
And then he turned around and he like flipped me off, and I'm like, you can shove that up your mum. I don't care. Like, go away.
That's my girl.
Bomb. Out of that film, Wish You Were Here. No.
Cell
So,
phone.
culture reference gone then.
I got it.
Oh,
Portable. Yeah, you look very portable. This is so portable. That's sexual assault, bro. You do that with a black woman, you're going down.
good man.
I'm scared.
Yes. It is sexual assault.
Yes.
You know,
Physical assault, sexual assault is,
Yeah.
is caused her
What-
to feel very
what that
uncomfortable
guy-
because she feels like she's flashing.
so her friend immediately, did you see the way her friend immediately moved in to cover her because
Mm.
she was showing her knickers for short
Exposed.
dress. You know, I mean that black guy, he was like, you know, and I think what he said was if that was a black, you wouldn't do that. He said that's sexual harassment. You wouldn't do that to a black woman. She'd knock you out. And I think therein lies, you know, like
It's a culture
some
transfer.
massive
isn't it?
cultural, massive cultural things going on there, you know, because white women, we are more likely, I think, to take shit.
Yeah.
So
Agree.
I wonder
agree.
why.
Well,
I wonder why.
Yeah, because well, black women are matriarchs of the family at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
yeah. But we used to like, I don't know, I'd have to go back a long way. I was talking to somebody in our Facebook DMs the other day, you know, and we were talking about it, and we like basically got 3,000 years of plugged it in, didn't turn it on. 3,000 years of male oppression.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it was only a couple of generations ago that we were sold off for bloody cows and horses, wasn't it? Let's be
So
honest.
wasn't it the 60s or was it the 70s where women were finally allowed to have bank accounts of their own?
70s.
That's my
70s.
lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
That's my
I was
lifetime.
born in the 70s.
I was
When
born
did conjugal
69.
rights end?
Sorry?
When
Not
did
that long
conjugal
ago.
rights end?
Oh, what? The old, like,
I'm entitled to sex because you're my wife.
I don't know. I actually don't know. Let me just
That's an
Google
interesting
that.
I
one.
don't know when that ended, but it's still a thing.
Oh yeah, they still think that they're entitled to sex because they're in a relationship with
Yeah.
you or married to you.
Absolutely. And if you don't want it, tough shit. You then get pressurized.
Or
Or they
told how many
start-
days it's been since the last time you had
Yeah.
sex.
Yes, Rach. Yes, you do. Just as you're getting down to the deed, you're told it was 97 days since the last time you did it. Way to kill the mood, dude.
I don't know how to spell conjugal. I don't.
CONJUG
J.
JUGAL.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I wouldn't know how to spell that. Mind you know what my spelling's like, Rach. I'll get Alexa to do all my spelling.
Here she goes.
1971.
3 years before I was born.
Bloody hell.
The old action for restitution of conjugal rights was abolished in 1971, and a husband insisting on sexual intercourse against the wishes of his wife may be guilty of rape.
And it still happens.
Yeah.
Men still rape their partners, and they don't, you know.
Yeah.
And their excuse is always, well, she didn't say no. Well, she
She's
didn't
not
say
allowed to say no.
She didn't
Have any of you ever woken up to your partner?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Too many
And I
times.
was saying, and I was pushing and saying no, and you know.
Yeah, apparently it was necessary because he woke up with morning wood, you know, like it was my fault. Do you know what I mean? And I used to say it's because you need a wee. It's because they need a wee. You know, when you've had little boys, you realise that morning wood is because they need a wee.
Which is why you get hard dick pics over a toilet.
Yeah.
That was minging.
That was the lowest dick pic I've ever seen, I think. Rating them out of 1 out of 10, that was a 0.
I once had a competition about 10-15 years ago. I had a competition with my elderly neighbour. She's get the joke, as to who could get the most dick pics within a week, because we were just playing Zynga poker and it would be constant in my inbox. You know, I think I ended up with something like 37 or something stupid like that in a week.
Fucking outrageous.
You know,
Actually, 37 guys approached you in a week, tried to sexually assault you. That is effectively what is going on.
Yeah, I mean,
know?
you are raping my mind, aren't you? My inner space.
Yeah, because when I get one of those pictures, I'm like, I'm not a prude, you know what I mean? But I'm embarrassed.
I feel trauma. I do. I feel trauma every time. I'm like,
yeah, I feel repulsed,
Violated.
I feel traumatized. Yeah, it's absolutely
violated is a good word.
Yeah, violated. Yes.
At the end of the day, if a man came up to you on the street and showed you his dick, he'd be arrested. So
Yeah.
Why is it any different just because it's on the internet?
Yeah.
Did you
And
get
it'd be
anywhere
on
with
the
that?
floor with my knee between his legs? Do you know what I mean?
Sophia, did you get anywhere with that question that Henry raised about whether or not there have been any cases of that in Scotland?
I've noted it in my notes. So when I'm cracking on with edits and stuff, then I've got that in my notes. So I'll look into it then, because that's actually a really interesting point. When you commented that, I was like, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I didn't, you know, and if the legislation isn't there and being used, all it is somebody's political going, well, we've got it there.
Yeah,
we've done our job.
Yeah, we've covered that base. We don't need to worry about it now.
Okay.
Right. No, I don't mean us, Rachel. I mean that's what their mindset.
Oh yeah, yes.
307.
What, women?
Oh no, hold on a minute. Last year, 1,140 people reported being cyber flashed or made to watch pornography, up from 962 in 2020. Few of these led to prosecution, and even fewer resulted in conviction. There have been 307 convictions under Section 6. So more than 95% of cyber flashing goes unpunished in Scotland.
There you go.
What do women know? And why the fuck is it not illegal in the UK, in England and Wales?
Mm.
Yeah, because I literally rung 101 the other day, and I was like, hi, I really appreciate your time, so I'll make it quick. I just want to check. I said I read that it was announced in March that it was going to be made illegal, and I'm just ringing up to see if it has yet. And he was like, won't be a second, and he tapped away on his computer, and he's like, nope, not illegal yet. And I was like, okay.
And the fact that there is petitions out there, it's just like, what, we have to have a petition to get treated with common basic decency.
And not just that, but our petition got denied just because supposedly it's happening, but it's not really, is it?
Exactly.
I mean, I know it is just purely down to, you know, because it's written in the legislation that is going through the online safety bill. That is why they wouldn't allow it, because that cyber flashing is already included. But what you said, Rachel, about changing it to harassment, you know, or something like that.
I think maybe at our next team meeting we hash it out.
Need a bit of a brainstorm.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
We hash it out.
Yeah. Okay, then let's go.
And the man. Can I recite your poem? Sure. Yeah. All right. Beneath the shadows in your eyes lies a being that. Hold on 1 second.
Honey, this is why you can't get a date.
Dude, that's cringe.
That's what it's all about.
So what's up? What are you guys here for? What are you celebrating?
Celebrating life. I mean, what else is there to celebrate? You know, you have to have a reason for everything. Oh wow.
Oh, that lets you know that. So what's your next move?
What's my next move? My next move is the moment. The next moment. The here, the now.
Okay, that's weak.
I got a little.
Oh wait, no.
Am I a little too much?
Oh God.
He was just about to move in and kiss her, wasn't he?
He was shocked.
Kids do what they want. Suckers do what they can. All of those guys awesome. Give it up. Everything a woman ever wanted, and everything the world needs. This is a demonstration of intelligence, wisdom, sophistication. So how many bitches you kissed? 5,000. Shit. We don't kiss every bitch.
Tell you what, I've got more intelligent pubes.
I understand. Like, Some chicks, they're just like, they don't like it in the pussy, they like it in the ass. It's their thing. You know, what can I say? Bro, what are you talking about? Man, it's twins for the motherfucking win.
And if ever a girl goes like, is that your best pickup line? You go, is that your best answer to what you think is the best pickup line? You're watching Channel 5.
He's an absolute fucking narcissist.
He's gross. I mean, he is literally gross.
Yeah.
My mind is blown.
Yeah, horrifying.
Honestly, the first time I saw that video, my blood was boiling. I was like, the fucking audacity, because I didn't even know that existed.
I'm surprised you made it through the whole 12 minutes. I'd have got 30 seconds in and like launched it, swearing or something, you know? I wouldn't have watched it. I just couldn't have done it.
Yeah. I mean, you sit through that and not react to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No. Unbelievable.
I struggle to understand how any government, any authority force can accept that.
Exactly, and this comes back to my point when I recently discovered such thing exists. That's the manosphere, and the manosphere.
What is the manosphere?
So it is literally just, if you want to call it an online community.
Oh, okay.
And it just consists of pickup artists, incels, men's rights activists, and all that. Just any misogynistic fucking shit you can think
Right, okay,
what rights do men need that they don't already have? You know? That's a question I would like to have answered. What rights do men need that they don't already have?
I think, yeah. That needs to be.
I bet you if we invented something called the woman's sphere tomorrow, if we invented something called the woman's sphere tomorrow and we flipped it, you bet they'd be crying and they'd like, what? That's
sexism. That's favoritism.
Well, it's like when the 8th of March is International Women's Day, isn't it? You know, and they all flip out about that. What about men? What about men?
What about Steak and BJ Day? I'm sorry, we have a day for recognising women and women achievers, and you have a day where you're like, feed me and suck my dick.
Because that's all you're worried about.
Yeah.
That's all they need, isn't it? Feeding and their dick sucking. Well, get a Hoover and Deliveroo. I just don't understand how any man thinks that they have the right to a woman anywhere. You know,
men do have an International Men's Day. Yeah, November the 19th.
Yeah, and you know what? That question is most searched on International Women's Day.
Is it
really? Interesting.
Yeah, it started in 1992. International Men's Day, 1992. Like they
need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like these guys that I saw on TikTok, and I know you, Natalie, know that I've got a bit of a bugbear about this, where they're like, and who have I got to talk to? Nobody. I'm a man. It's like, these mental health problems are not yours because you're a man, dude. They're yours because you're a fucking nutcase. Women's mental health and women's responsibilities are just as crushing as men's. You know, they're the top sphere of our social interaction, and they want to know why they have got nobody to talk to, because you've got the benefits of everything in this world. Yeah, we are spending all of our energy trying to get recognized and treated like as a normal human being, and you're bitching because you've got nobody to talk to. Well, I want to talk to you, but I can't.
I mean, you know, it's this. I mean, you know, we're kind of like covering a lot of different things when we talk about sexism and what men have, you know, what men have easier in life, and what, because, you know, I mean in my I'm going to talk about only in my lifetime, you know, maybe like stretching back to my mum and my nan, you know, so I'm not looking at this from a historical point of view, but, you know, from like my mum's age, you know, all of the unpaid labour that women do.
Mhm.
Men don't do that. That maybe modern, more younger men may join in more. Like, you know, my friend over the road, her husband, you know, they share. She cooks. They cook one. He cooks one night. She cooks the next. You know, and that's how
Yeah.
they've got two kids
Who
together.
does the majority of the chores, the washing, the ironing, the cleaning?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm having this at home with my stepdad at the moment. Where do you put your socks when you take them off? On the floor?
They can't even do
No.
No, in the dirty washing basket, you
I
dirty
mean,
scrote. Do
yeah,
you know what I
obviously,
mean?
You're of a
He can
young
hear you, Sarah.
Oh,
Is your partner
he's
sharing?
75. It's no
Okay.
better.
That's you told Henry. He said, you're 75, you should know better.
Yeah. Sorry, I just asked Sophia. I said, obviously, her partner and her are younger. Does he share in everything?
Yeah, he does. I think, number one, it's because I flat out refuse to do any more than 50%. So if there's any mess that's not mine, you bet I'm a stubborn little bitch. I'll leave it there for 5 years. I don't give a shit. Like, I will, even if I hate it, I'll stare at it out of spite until someone else does it. So
Now, you see me, I'd get to the point where I'd be chucking it out the door, saying, right, now you'll fucking move it.
Oh.
I saw a story of a.
like he's a chef though, so
Hmm.
he's trained within his head. You cook, you wash up, you clean.
Yeah.
Clean as you go, yeah.
Beautiful for me.
I still haven't sorted that clean as you go shit out. Do you know what I mean? I've been.
I don't think anybody with ADHD can ever clean as they go, except for Natalie, because she's anally retentive about her house because it's beautiful.
I am a little bit.
I love you, Natalie.
I love you too, darling. But yeah, I've always been the same. I think that's part of my ADHD is OCD on top of it. So although things will build up and build up, I try not to let them because the OCD won't fucking let me.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's.
I'll have a blitz. I have a blitz every few days, you know, where I'm literally like, I can't bear this anymore, or like, oh, I haven't actually watched
And
that for 3
then
days.
essentially it all boils down to the fact that housework and raising children, which is two of the hardest things to control in life.
Yes.
I wouldn't know about children. It's women's work.
Yes, yes, and it's you know, I mean, you know, like the 40-hour week, 40-hour working week, you know, when that was first implemented, you know, thanks to the trade unions, whoa, big up the trade unions, you know, who also brought us the weekend, thank you very much.
Yeah, before that it was unregulated, wasn't it?
Yeah, you know, so the 40-hour working week was designed with the idea that somebody was going to be at home looking after the house, you know, because I mean, I'll be honest with you, you know, I don't work, and I don't mind running the house. Do you know what I mean? When I was working, I had to do it because I was by myself. But when I'm in a relationship with somebody and I'm working, especially if they're not working, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would still
I would actually counter that though, Sarah. If you're not working and you're running the home, you are working. Doesn't matter.
Yes, I'm just not working for a wage. I'm not working for a wage. What I'm doing is unpaid labour.
Yeah.
You know, and I would be in a typical scenario, in a typical marriage, you know, it would be my wages would be the housekeeping. Do you know what I mean? That was how my mum and dad did it. Do you know what I mean? My mum stayed at home and he gave her housekeeping. He was a tight motherfucker and we were still poor. But, you know, he gave her so much a week and she had to make that stretch.
To last, you know? And to stretch, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
In a scenario like I was, where I worked a full-time job with 3 children and worked weekends and evenings and still had no access to money and was still expected to keep the house up together.
Oh man, see, that's just savage, you know. I've never been in that situation exactly. Do you know what I mean? But,
I can remember when I've not been married to Sid very long, maybe 2 or 3 years, and I was working in Peterborough, which is a 45-minute commute from here.
45 hours.
45 hours, yeah.
Sorry, I know, sorry.
Take me a week to get there. somebody at the back door. I do apologise. I have to come back to this one. Who's that?
I think Rachel's already told us this one where Sid asked her what was for tea.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he has a job which is flexible. It doesn't necessarily always finish at the same time. And invariably, he would be home before me. And yeah, I walked in one day. He was sat on the sofa watching his telly box and went, "What's for tea?" Because it was women's work.
Yeah.
Because it was my job as a woman to cook for this household. And that was the moment I knew that my marriage was over. But I worked at it for another 9 years.
Yeah. No, why do we do it to ourselves?
Where I grew up was mega fucked because I literally grew up in like a tiny village in the middle of nowhere in Corfu, which is a small fishing island anyway, out of the way, and it's hugely patriarchal there. And like looking when I've kind of blanked it out for a bit, and I only started thinking about it lately. But I guess why I blanked it out is because it was so humiliating and embarrassing for me. But what my dad would literally do, my mum and my dad would both work, and then mum would get home after work and start the dinner. My dad would get home after work. He would literally lay on the sofa, and then he'd call me over. He'd make me take his shoes and socks off, and he'd make me go make him a coffee, and then he would just sit there and smoke and watch TV until dinner's ready, and then he'd get up, sit there, eat dinner, and then lay back on the sofa and fall asleep for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Then wake up at night and go out to the cafe with his mates. And that's so fucking embarrassing and humiliating for someone to like, I'm a slave. And
Yeah, but it also teaches you that you are there to serve the master of the house. Do you know what I mean? And that was very much the mentality. I mean, my ex-husband, his mum used to phone up and go, "Is his Nibs there?" And I'd be like, you know, I hate that when they say, "Is his lordship there?" Do you know what I mean? It's like fucking lordship. You know what I mean? That makes, yeah.
I mean, it's like, well, am I her ladyship? No. Is the wife there? Is
Yeah.
your missus there? Nobody
Yeah.
goes around going, "Where's your mister?" They go around going, but you know, you can call a woman your missus.
Yeah.
We don't have an equivalent, do we?
I don't know. Wanker.
Or when you
cunt,
get called
you know?
the ball and chain and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. You know.
And originally it started off, you know, as a trade-off. Man would work out, woman work home with kids.
Yes. But that trade-off disappeared in the 80s
when we
women
asked for equality.
Well, when women were encouraged to go out to work.
We had to. When marriages started breaking up, when people started being able to have divorces and women were starting their own bank accounts and everything like that, and they needed to get away from men, they had to work and run their household looking after their children on their own.
Yeah.
And you know, the economy went, "Oh, everybody can have a job now. Let's work them harder."
Yeah. I mean,
but when that happened, nobody spoke about what happens with the unpaid labour that goes on in the home. You know, nobody said, "Hold on a minute, you know, if the women are not going to be at home all day, then the men," you know, nobody said to the boys, "You've got to join in too."
No. I mean, it's like, it's slightly off topic, but the money that carers are paid by the government, but they're expected to work a 36-hour week for something like £1.20. You know?
Oh, what you mean, carer that goes around someone's house, or
No.
If you're
say, for instance, I got a carer's allowance for Henry.
Oh, like yes. Oh, okay. It's a ridiculous amount of money, isn't
it? You know, and I'm sure that you put in way more than 36 hours a week.
Easily.
Yeah.
Feels
well,
like
if you're living in the
hours
same
most days.
Yeah. Exactly. So, you know, it's bullshit.
I mean, whilst that's a genderless issue, is essentially because it's a political one, it is still a female-led profession. And here's an interesting question. It just so happens that we have a hairdresser amongst us, but hairdressing is prolifically female orientated.
Yeah.
How many female hairdressing brands, top brands, are there? You know, like Charles Worthington, all of those lot.
All the famous hairdressers are men. I know of one female hairdresser that's famous, if you like, and that's Beverly Capella. The rest of them are all male.
The only one I know of that's famous that's female is that Tabitha.
Tabitha, that's it. Yeah.
What do you mean, like Tony and Guy and Vidal Sassoon and all those? Yeah.
Traditionally, and most people will admit, it's traditionally a female profession, yet the top people are always male and generally white.
And chefs, how many famous female chefs do you know?
You know what comment? You know what bullshit comment we're gonna get for this? And I'm gonna say it before anyone says it. We're gonna get comments being like, "That's because men are better than women, and that's why." No, it's because the white man has run this fucking planet since the beginning of existence. That's why.
Please like and share our stuff. We need to grow.
Yeah, it's a shame because we do post an awful lot, and I guess some people don't agree with some of the things we post, but fuck them.
People who disagree with us don't understand what we're doing.
No. And so ask questions. If you don't understand it, ask. One of us will always have the time to explain things.
And make sure that you ask in a polite manner, not what the fuck is shit, or I didn't agree with this.
Yeah, or you're just rude.
Yeah.
That's their favourite one, isn't it? You're so rude.
You're right, Henry.
That woman that was sticking up for so this guy had got this actor's picture.
Oh yeah, what was that all about?
This woman was like, you still shouldn't put the picture out. I don't think the actor would like him having his picture out there.
Oh.
Blah, blah, blah.
Oh yeah.
He's an actor. He's an actor. He literally gets work by promoting his picture. Do you know what I mean? And it's going to be all over the internet. Yeah. So whoever used that guy's, I must admit, when I saw his photos, the first one, he looks a bit like the guy who plays Superman.
Henry Cavill, and I know exactly who you mean. Yeah, and I agree with you.
The first photo, I thought, he doesn't half look a bit like that actor, you know, because I really am out of the game, man. You know what I mean? And I don't know who's who these days. Do you know what I mean? But if he's famous, you know, then I think the guy who's using the famous guy's pictures
to abuse women,
is
the one in the wrong. He's catfishing, and they're like, why would you put it up? Why would you keep it going up? And I'm like, because women need to know. We're smart women. Everybody has their own level of intelligence. Yeah, even I get caught talking to people, and that's why they use these obscure actors and things like that in the UK, because we don't recognize them. I mean, there are lots. I tell you what we can go out with, Sophia. Coming on our next podcast will be tips and tricks to spot fakes, catfishes, and the disingenuous.
Yeah. You just do.
Kick the door shut.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be that. I mean, that's a good start for our next podcast.
Yep, agree with that.
And did you want to talk about? Natalie? Did you want to save another podcast for the Amber and Depp thing with the Me Too?
I definitely think we need to address that, and maybe we should do that now quickly.
What's that? Sorry.
Or the irrelevance of it goes about Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, and you know,
he's appealing
the hurt that it's caused.
The Me Too movement. It has really damaged it.
Didn't somebody? It might have been one of the messages you received, Rachel.
Yeah.
Today.
It's been thrown in my face.
Yes, it's already been thrown in your face, hasn't it?
Yeah. Men will cling hold of that little thing and
throw it at women to gaslight them.
Yes.
Absolutely. It's now going to be used as a weapon.
Yeah.
So it's definitely hurt.
To undermine the genuine abuse that women are suffering.
Well, I mean, look at what it started. Look at what Brad Pitt's now doing.
Yeah, but I was reading something about that, and that's the way it's being represented in the news isn't actually what's really happening. It's to do with business.
I'm confused.
Something to do with a vineyard.
They have a winery. They had a winery together, and there are issues with regards to it because he refused to let go of this winery that they own together, and she had to wait a certain amount of years and appeal through court to get rid of him, basically.
Yeah, because he refused to either buy her out, or he refused to sell to her. One way or the other.
Yeah.
He refused to sell, and as a result, she's been forced to be a business partner with her ex-husband, which is what she didn't want to do. But his business management has been dire. So
I mean, that's what the problem is. They've sold it on, and he can't provide paperwork. But the media are presenting it as the Johnny and Amber thing. Oh, now it's Brad and Angela.
Yeah, no, but it's not. It's not at all. It's because of it's because he's been a twat. Brad Pitt.
Well, he wouldn't let her go. You know, he's got alcohol problems, and he wouldn't let her go. And to keep hold of her, he did. I mean, same as my husband. He wouldn't let me go. So.
But how many of that era? You know, Johnny Depp, Brad Pitt. You know, all of the guys that I've grown up with, watching their movies, thinking, "Oh my God, you're fucking amazing." And now, you know, just how many? And if somebody tells me that Harrison Ford beats women, I think I'm gonna.
Harrison Ford is married to a woman very much younger than himself.
Oh no!
He's married to Callista Flockhart, and what's the age difference between them? Like 26 years or something?
Yes.
I don't see. Harrison Ford has been my childhood crush since he first came out in Star Wars in 1979. Do you know what I mean? 1978, whenever it was. Don't ruin it for me.
Okay, let's move on to the next one then. Kevin Spacey. Not an awful lot going on about that.
No, but who? Sorry,
Kevin Spacey. He's in charge with sexually harassing boys.
Yeah, he's not been around for a long time because he was charged with something
a while ago.
He was accused of it, and there was an FBI investigation that got bungled. Blah 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 blah, and it's Britain that's had to take it up because one or two of the offences are.
They were in this country, weren't they? Like the 80s or the 90s or something.
Yeah. But, you know, that's squashed. I see very little about this kind of thing.
Why do you think that is? Is that do you think it's because it's boys? It's not sensational enough? I mean, I imagine that would be incredibly sensational.
Well, you'd think so, wouldn't you? Because men are abused, generally by men.
Yes, yes. Yes.
I mean, I put all the statistics in that article just so no one can come back to me and be like, but it's all
yeah.
And that's the main message of that article: is the biggest perpetrator of abuse, violence, and harassment against both male and female are men.
Men, yes.
Men abuse more men than what women abuse men.
Yeah, I was talking with a friend this morning, you know, actually it was about Amber Heard, you know, but we were also talking about somebody that we both know who is also incredibly toxic. And it's this toxicity that people have, you know, because Amber Heard, you know, she was her dad was a Texan, you know, a drinker, and she grew up with guns, you know, so she grew up with a very misogynistic and macho environment, you know,
which is why she thinks that women can't abuse men. She's got a massive amount of internalized misogyny.
Yeah, you know, definitely, yes. So because of that, she thinks that it doesn't matter what she did to him, the minute he hit her back, it was abuse. But that is so toxic, and that is what has
anybody read the op-ed that she did where she alluded to Depp abusing her?
No, because I don't read any celebrity stuff ever.
But I mean, you take Harvey Weinstein and the whole Me Too thing. I mean, what's the face?
Me Too started because of the accusations against Harvey Weinstein. What's his name?
Rose McGowan, and she got ostracised in Hollywood.
Yes.
and ridiculed. I mean, she's a bit nuts anyway, but we kind of like nuts sometimes.
Yeah, but is she nuts or is she just pissed
I've seen
off?
some of her music videos. She's nuts.
Oh, I don't actually know who she is. I'm sorry.
Well, which brings us on to the next subject, which is Marilyn Manson. Also currently being tried or under accusation and charges of abusing one of his wives.
That's what, yeah.
Yeah. Did the same to Rose McGowan. And who's his best mate?
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
Oh. So it's like a little boys' club, isn't it?
Marilyn Manson is fucked as well, because I had this mate. She was dead young. She must have been about 17 or something. And she was a huge Marilyn Manson fan. And I've got a lot of internet friends, especially on Instagram. So I've got loads of internet friends, and she's one of them. She's from America. So she went to see him live once, and then she posted a picture with him, and I was like, oh, I hope you had a nice time, whatever. And I read the caption, and the whole thing was suspect as fuck. She was like, Marilyn Manson, I'm so lucky I've just met him. She's fangirling because she's a young girl. She doesn't know any different. And she's like, he invited me into his tour bus, and I went in, and then we had a chat for a bit, and then I left, and she was like, before I left, he gave me a hug. Her name's Monica. She was like, he gave me a hug, and he whispered in my ear, I want to keep Monica.
I want to what?
I want to keep Monica.
Oh.
Like this 17-year-old girl that he's just
you know.
And then people are still sticking up for Marilyn Manson. It's fucking crazy.
What Rachel Evan Wood has accused him of is not insignificant. You know, she's accused him of abusing her and keeping her prisoner.
Yeah, I read it, yeah.
And it's not the only time that Marilyn Manson has been accused, and you can just see it in his face, you know. He's an atypical white guy nerd that found a niche market.
Yeah.
I've never liked.
Well, you wouldn't do, darling. You're a pop girl.
Yeah, exactly. But he's just got a look about him that's creepy. I can't deal with the eyes, and do you know what I mean?
And that was his appeal for girls like me and Sophia.
Yeah, I'm like, But then I always thought Jimmy Savile was creepy. I wouldn't watch him when I was a kid.
He was weird.
Yeah, I used to say to my mum, turn him off, because he creeped me out.
He got away with fucking so.
Oh my God, didn't he?
He was so blatant about it, you know. That time when he was on "Have I Got News for You?" and you know, I'm schoolgirl's worst nightmare.
Yeah, and then he was like, I don't like women because they're educated. I like girls, is what he said.
Easier to manipulate.
Yeah, that's it. Same story.
Oh, here's another one as well. If you've got to go, you've got to go. But there's a guy who was a rapist out on day release. Yeah, and he's gone disappearing.
Oh, you said about that, yeah.
And they found the prison is up north, you know, whatever.
Oh, I read about that.
And he's in Bristol.
What? He's made it down to Bristol? Has he been spotted?
He's been spotted on CCTV in one of the Bristol shopping centres.
Oh my God.
You know, so there's no. How did you get there? And there's another guy. He got 10 months for raping a woman, for taking away somebody's life.
Whatever they want, isn't it? Really.
Never get heavy sentences for rape, and that's even if they get convicted.
Yeah.
Brock Turner is a bloody atypical example, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
You know, 2 months, and let's reduce that even so, because he's got a sports career ahead of him. Well, she no longer has a life ahead of her. Well, she does, but she's got to get over him.
Yeah. There was that college student in America a few years ago, wasn't it? You know, he was a swimming.
That's Brock Turner.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
You're all right. Yeah, because he's a sports kid. He's a white kid. He's got wealth.
Yeah.
And he's got potential. It's okay for him to rape women. And what message does that send to the men?
Rape a drunk woman at that. She was incapacitated. She couldn't have given consent, even if she wanted to.
Well, you know,
It makes me
I wish
sick.
I knew the names of the boys that chased him off and sorted him out, but we can't
Yeah,
celebrate
they
them.
caught him in the act, didn't they? That's
Yeah.
right.
We can't celebrate them, but we all know his fucking name, don't we?
Yeah, we don't know her name either. You know, the victim. What's her name? You know, why do we always know the perpetrator's name?
I don't know. It's a bit of a
A lot of
grey
the
area,
time
I
it's-
think, Sarah.
Yeah, the victims are too traumatized to
Probably
want-
what anonymity, yeah, but you know,
Yeah, because then you know the hassle that they'll get
yeah.
from the incels, from the manosphere. I love
Yeah.
it.
Mm.
You know, the fact that incels exist is disgusting.
They need
Yeah.
to be labelled a terrorist organisation. Full stop. Full fucking stop. Because
And
they're
a sex register. If you go on an incel site, it's worse than going on a paedophile site, I think.
they literally plan mass shootings through their incel website.
they plan mass what?
Mass shootings.
Oh my god.
And they'll plan rapes. They'll talk about raping women and, you know, taking what is theirs and
One of the
everything like that.
shootings that happened in America, I think about a year or two ago, it was a very recent one. When they looked into it, he had made YouTube video diaries planning that he's going to kill people because he's not getting laid. He was a part of these communities and they were all discussing like what he should do or who he should kill or how he should do it. It's a terrorist organisation.
Of course it is. But because that terror is against women,
Nobody gives a shit.
no.
Yes.
And that's why, you know, we are now the 5th emergency service, ladies.
Right.
Right, I'm going to go and feed my...
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to go and feed my child and myself, actually.
Me too, I've not eaten yet today.
Right then, girls. Speak to you soon.
Right, yes.
Love you.
Bye.